If you think that you need a bank to buy a house, think again. If real estate investing seems out of reach for you, this video is for you. In this video, I'm gonna show you how you can buy real estate even if you got bad credit, even no down payments. It's called creative financing. Watch the video. What is creative financing for real estate investor? Real estate investor might sound far off to you, but I'm talking to you. That was me too at that time, thinking I needed a bunch of money, thinking I had to have a perfect credit score, thinking I needed a lot of knowledge of how real estate even worked to become a real estate investor. But then I ended up in foreclosure. That was my teacher. My failure was my teacher in real estate. And so this is how I stumbled upon creative financing, because an investor mailed me the letter I call letter of intent, and it had nothing but solutions in that letter. And it stood out. Everybody sent letters that said, we buy houses, we close fast, no real estate commission. Plus, they were using the 70% rule, which means 70 cents on the dollar, just to keep it short. Some situations, everybody is not trying to get pennies on the dollar for their house. So the letter of intent, if you do your right homework and you just really mindful of the person's situation, you can actually put a good offer together. Now, the letter of intent is not a legal offer that would bind you to it. So that's why you can send a lot of them out. This right here, we're gonna talk about how creative financing can get you in real estate, regardless of your credit, regardless of your down payment. But your knowledge will be a driver in it, and that's why you're here, to gain better insight of the process of creative financing and connecting with distressed homeowners. So if you don't know what a letter of intent is, look at the bottom. I put the link there for that, and I did a zoom on it so you can watch that replay. But if you're seasoned, that'll be for you at the bottom right there, and it'll explain itself. Okay, this presentation walks you through the most accessible method for beginners. So if you're a beginner, this is for you. You're in the right place, because I'm gonna help this make sense to you. I was a beginner. Everybody was a beginner before they can even, if they consider themselves an expert. I will never consider myself an expert because I stay in the books, constantly learning, okay? So now, in this, the beginner is, like I said, letter of intent. You might not know what that is because you heard of it for getting jobs or a business proposal. This is a business proposal. You're reaching out to somebody that's in foreclosure and you saying, hey, I can help you. I have some information that might help you with that situation. You're not saying I can buy the house. That's the difference. I can help you. And this right here might work in your favor, but you do have to go in and let them know, hey, I totally understand what's going on. I'm here to help, okay? Because you equip with the information. You don't know the tools you need to use until you actually get the appointment. Why creative financing matters, right? It's direct negotiation. You work with sellers to create win-win solutions. So what I mean is, if you don't know how to find people in foreclosure, that link is at the bottom too. You get a 7-day free trial, and whoever in foreclosure in your area, it will be easy for you to find. However, if you want to go the hard way, you can go to courthouse, go through all of the files, because any legal proceedings is public records. So that's how it's easy to find people that are in these situations. And so, you got your letter of intent. You found the property. Boom. You mailed and told them what you can do to help them, right? And so now, you went in and had that negotiation with the seller to create a win-win solution. And that's why, like now, if you didn't ever hear of creative financing, then you probably think my credit score not there, or I don't have a big enough deposit. All of these things that are going through your mind where you're missing opportunities on a regular basis. But now you done took this video, got you past beginner, because now you heard it, you thinking like, I need a letter of intent, right? So now you need sellers. How do you find foreclosures? That link is at the bottom for you to mail that letter of intent to that homeowner to let them know you can help. Now, elementary is a letter of intent sound. I added a letter of intent blueprint in there, which is optional. After you watch the replay, it's optional because some might be already past that stage. However, as a beginner, I added everything all the way through there, such as due diligence of the property, everything for you from the letter to close. That's important. If you're a beginner in real estate, that's important. Do not skip that information, because you could put yourself in a jam. Because remember, you're buying problems, so don't be stuck with a problem due to lack of knowledge. Acquire real estate without large down payments. How can you do that? How can you buy a property without a large down payment? You talking to that seller that's in a situation. In some cases, they just want to get away from the house. They might not even be that far behind, but they just want to get out of the deal. So if they just bought the house like a year ago, 2 years ago, they might have buyer's remorse. What that means is they bought a house and they don't like the neighborhood, or they don't like something about that house, or it's just something now, or they got laid off. Something happened to where they just don't want the house no more. So that's where you won't need a large down payment. And if you are a homeowner in this situation, hopefully you can reach out, because you can know that I understand the process to be able to help you get out of that situation, so that you don't damage your credit and let a foreclosure end up on your credit report, okay? Now, this helps you acquire real estate without a large down payment, right? And then it can give you financial freedom, because if you take the time out to really put your time to go to school, I would say, commit some time to actually learn how creative finance can help you, you actually can gain financial freedom through this, because that person that don't want that house no more, they're open to letting you take over the payments, which is what creative financing is about. Now they say, well, why would they do that? It's because, I mean, surprise layoff, divorce, death, it's a lot of situations, because nobody gets up and say, hey, I'm buying this house and I'm ready to be in foreclosure. They don't do that.